Man, I think this recipe might be too easy. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, I'm going to teach you how to make a hearty, healthy, and wholesome meal called minestrone soup. You might have had it at the Olive Garden. I think my first time with minestrone soup was at the Olive Garden. And since then, I've been eating it out of cheap cans. You have a similar minestrone soup experience if you were at home? Tonight and all other nights of the show, the first step is to make a drink, or just to have one, if you have one in your hand, such as I do. Here I have a Sam 76, a revolutionary beer, which is neither an ale nor a lager, but somewhere in between. And it's in its own special can with an extended lip. Seems like a lot of fuss that I just can't imagine it being really that interesting. Smells like beer. Very little taste, but I mean, it's pretty good. You know, I don't know if it's easier to drink out of. I think I like the whip. All right, we're making a soup. I'm not using my big soup pot. I'm trying to not make too much soup. I mean, John's probably gonna take some home anyways, but I always make too much soup. All right, this is a vegetarian meal. You know, I think we got some vegetarian viewers. They're just not that vocal about it. Here's half an onion. Came from my fridge. When did I cut the first half? Here I am chopping it. Some might call that a dice. There it is, half an onion. You can use a whole one if you like. Here I bought an enormous bunch of celery, and like with pretty much every other bunch of celery that I bought, I'll probably use one rib and throw out the rest. This is always dirty. I don't know why. Probably because it grew in the ground. And you could, the leaves are good. You should save them and use them, but just set them aside for now. And then we're gonna give this a chop. And you could chop this celery however you like. If you don't like the texture, you might want to like chop it lengthwise a bit, and then get to chop it into small pieces. This is also one of those recipes that's pretty loose on proportions. Like, you know, soup. If you put too much celery in a soup, someone will be like, "There's too much celery in this soup, but I'll still eat it." As opposed to like baking something where someone's like, "There's too much flour in this bread, and it's inedible." That seems like a fine amount. I got this half of a bell pepper, and I don't know if this is a traditional ingredient, but you know, when you're making vegetable soup, you got some latitude and some longitude and everything in between, which I think is maybe the Northwest Passage. And here I have once again started a sentence. I'm not sure where I wound up. It's all part of the creative PGC process, is just to talk like an idiot until something funny comes out. All right, I got carrot, onion, celery. I'm using pre-shredded carrots. Here's my organic zucchini, the only kind available. And if you use organic zucchini, or any kind of zucchini, that is that just makes it Italian. It's like one of those things like, oh, it's Italian food, it's got zucchini. And zucchini itself sounds pretty Italian. It's got the I-N-I ending. We're gonna quarter chop it, such as we're doing now. My dog is just so sad. Iggy, can you please, for the love of God, be restful? In Italian food, you can only use one kind of oil, and that's olive oil. There it is. Put some in our pot. A pretty healthy amount, because you're gonna put a lot of stuff in there. Okay, and then we're gonna put these vegetables in. And the carrots too, a handful of those. We're gonna cook those down a little bit, open up some of the aromatic flavor. Tonight's episode could be called PGC Eats Their Vegetables. For once, it's a plant-based meal. Alright, maybe we'll give these guys a little salt and some garlic. Garlic being just, you know, the best thing in the world. Alright, gonna prep some other stuff here. I got Great Northern beans. That's the white bean. You could also use white beans. Oh, that's a stinky can of beans. God damn. This is diced tomato. No salt added until I add salt to it. God. Have I said we reviewed this very strainer a long time ago? I'm sure I made fun of it, irreverent and, you know, ungrateful as normal. I use this thing all the time. I'll show you what. I got this little pot right here. And if I'm cooking some in this little pot, this is like just cooking for myself pot, and I gotta strain it, it's perfect. Like, the Lord made this pot and this strainer. You ever seen that video with the guy who's like, God made bananas because they fit in your hand? I forgot that we didn't show you me opening the can of red beans, but there they are. You got two kinds of beans. Red beans, white beans. I think that garbanzo beans go pretty good in this too. Had that in a minestrone or two. We got any Italian viewers? Huh? All right. Here I got a bunch of spinach, which is an actual term. And you could use as much as you like, but you know, this will make it even better for you. Spinach is good for you. Popeye didn't lie to you. I'm gonna get rid of most of the stems, which is approximately 30% of the volume of this product. Now you could wash these, and I guess I'll give it like the once over, but I just can't be bothered otherwise. Okay, and maybe you should chop them. You know, they'll definitely reduce in volume when you put them in the water, but that's okay. Here I got some fresh parsley that tastes like nothing. Well, I'm gonna get my my celery leaves in there too. And you know what would have made this really good is chicken. No, not chicken. What would be good is the herb lovage, which looks like that parsley celery stuff, but it tastes like celery. I got Italian green beans. These are frozen. This is a lot for the amount of soup we're making, but I'm gonna put all of them in. And the reason I'm gonna put them all in, I'm going all in, is I literally cannot think of another reason why I would eat these separately. So if I don't eat them now, I'm probably never gonna eat them. Okay, next step is tomatoes. Put that in with the liquid. There we go. Look at how healthy that is. Health. It's gonna be real thick. Here's my beans. Alright, so that's like the kind of the guts. I got vegetable broth here, and usually I use that paste stuff, but I couldn't find any. So I'm just using this pre-made cheap vegetable broth. I read everywhere, don't use chicken broth. I don't know why. Is that illegal? Not minestrone if it's got animal products in it? You know what? We probably could put a little splash of wine in there. Then I have to open a bottle, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. You could probably just add some red wine vinegar, honestly. Here's a pinch of thyme. You could also use just Italian seasoning blend, which I have. This is oregano. Yeah, you could learn how to make Italian seasoning in this video. There it is. That's oregano. Oregano. Some people actually say it that way. Okay. We're gonna bring that up, heat it up in the pot. Yeah, that look nice. Now, minestrone is not this thick. You should use a bigger pot, water it down. Okay, so we're gonna bring that up to a boil, a low rolling boil. Rolling boiling. Roiling, boiling. And then, gonna simmer a little bit and we'll add pasta and the spinach. It'll be good, guys. You guys should eat more of this food. You're probably vitamin deficient. You're watching this show, you're probably vitamin deficient. Let's be honest. Go outside, come on. Here I have the thickest minestrone ever made. I'm gonna put half a bag of pasta in it. Italian confetti, also known as shells. You could use like the tiny ones if you can find them. For some reason I could not find them, so I just went with the regular shells. But I think that's gonna be just fine. And remember not to put too much pasta in, especially if you already overloaded the whole pot. And somehow, some way, we're gonna work all of this in there too. Oh Christ. Christ on a cracker. That's how he's served on Sundays. Just kidding, he is the cracker. Okay, really, I think we've just made maybe an error is the appropriate word. I don't know what I want to call this. You remember when I was like, there's a soup and the proportions don't matter too much? Well, maybe the size of your pot does. Oh, it'll all cook down. All cooked down. Your spinach is gonna get the hell cooked out of it. If you don't like real cooked spinach, wait till later. I'm gonna top this off with some more stuff. I think this is a 5-quart capacity pot, and you know that last little bit at the top, you gotta make it into soup. Look, I'm just pouring it in there, and where's it going? Are you seeing this? That was 2 quarts of stock. Where did it go? I am confused. You know, I know my understanding of volumes isn't the best, but like, can someone science that one for me? Because I am mind blown, man. Well, at least now it looks kind of like soup. Not just a garbage salad. All right, you can salt it. Don't over salt it. Don't be too salty right now. Wait till later, but you ain't gotta hold back on that pepper. There it is. Straight from the Sugar and Jake Memorial Pepper Grinder. You guys watch the show? I feel like I've asked that recently, didn't hear from you. Gonna go with a probably not. Or I still think about you guys when I use the pepper grinder. Yeah, it's gotta simmer a bit. I'm gonna do some cleanup. Cleaning up the kitchen. Here's a song I composed for the soup being done. I'm gonna sing it in a quiet voice. It goes like this. If you had a bad day and wanna eat something hot, you've been watching too much PGC, and now you got a vitamin deficiency. Eat a vegetable pot. That's my song. And here it is in all of its vegetableiness. It's way too thick, but that's alright. We'll just call it too thick, too furious. It's not furious, it's a vegetable pot. But man, it looks wholesome and good. It probably is. You know it's gonna taste nice. I salted and peppered it at some point. I'm serving it both in a bowl but on a plate, and that's how you make things look good. You can garnish with some Parmesan cheese. This is shaved. You can fan that. It might look nice. Let's give it a try. It's a soup. My little spoon. It looks hot as hell. And these will cook a little longer. It tastes real good, but I think that celery was not quite where it should be. But that doesn't matter because we'll just magically ignore the fact that it was not quite done and just say, hey, that's fully cooked and it's pretty good. And that's how you do it. You could serve this with some bread. Or if you are at the Olive Garden, maybe you serve it with some bottomless salad and some breadsticks. Here's that bread. I'm gonna dip it. I'm gonna dip this bread. Good. Minestrone has a very specific vegetable taste in that it tastes like vegetables and beans. But the nice thing is it doesn't taste like it came from a can, because the can will imbue, like, you know, the flavor of shelf stability. This is just fresh. Alright. What if I didn't just say bye? I just said alright. Alright, good night. Thank you to the fans and the people who watch, and especially the people who give us positive feedback, because I don't have to do this show. I literally don't. And when people are like, hey, this is really great, it's nice, I'm like, I want to keep doing the show. But then you got that, like, you know, that old bitch Karen who's like, you should wash your chicken. F you, Karen. I don't gotta do this show. I ain't gonna wash no chicken. But most of you are really nice and I like you. Okay, bye.